Hey there, I'm Kevin Downey, and I run an agency called Kevin M. Downey, where we help B2B companies with their sales and marketing efforts. You can visit our website at kevinmdowney.com. Okay, today's topic, how do you use low-cost BDRs to find decision makers and gather valuable intel for your sales team, right? So it's a really big challenge and problem in B2B sales these days is that, and we've been seeing this for years, and COVID exacerbated the situation, but it was even starting to happen, and we were seeing it before COVID, is you've got your expensive salespeople in the United States, whether you call them account executives, account managers, whatever their titles are, sales executives, where they had to go out, back in the day, if you needed more sales, you went and hired a sales rep. They built their customer base. They went out and did it, boots on the ground, maybe inside, combination of those things, and they built their customer base, and away you went, right? It's not working that way anymore, at least not as easily. So what are we seeing as a problem, and how do you solve it? So the problem out there we've been seeing, and again, it's been growing and growing over time, and now it's really come to a head lately, is you have a harder time finding invaluable intel. Who's the decision maker in a company? Do they buy or have a vendor that competes with you where you can come in and take business? Do they do that kind of buying? Do they have a specific pain point at that time that they're not happy with that current vendor? All of that kind of stuff to generate leads and ultimately customers for your company, right? So how do going out and getting all of that info, gathering all that intel, getting to a decision maker, moving the needle, and eventually making them a customer, it's becoming so hard and taking so long for your salespeople that getting ROI out of that sales team is taking longer and longer and longer in B2B companies. And certainly in the small business category and even in mid-market, it's very hard to justify $90,000, $125,000 base salary salespeople to let them sit there and prospect forever, 12 months, 18 months to go out and build a customer base, or even 24 months. It's just taking too long. You got to get ROI out of those salespeople faster. And truthfully speaking, just adding salespeople to add sales is simply not the solution anymore. So what do you do? Okay, so setting high-powered automated email aside to help accelerate lead generation, which in a lot of B2B companies makes sense, but doesn't work for all. Sometimes the target audiences are simply too small. What do you do to accelerate your salespeople and get them moving the needle quicker? So a great solution is what we call low-cost BDRs. That can be remote reps in the United States. You could hire them certainly in-house, but also Latin America. Huge talent opportunity there for B2B companies in the United States, because we have Americans that have moved to Mexico, experienced sales reps. We have all of these kids from Mexico, Central America, Dominican Republic, even South America, who've come to the United States for college, worked for a little bit, and then gone back home. So they're educated, they're very bright, they have impeccable English, and they've got the experience you're looking for. And you're talking base salaries in the $15,000, $20,000 range typically. Sometimes it'll get up to 25 in Mexico, but also in some countries you can find reps that are really talented and have experience down in the $10,000 range. So what do you do with that kind of talent, right? So you can have them, you build your prospect list, and you have them do the cold outreach to do all the digging and all of the information gathering, what we call gathering intel on your prospects, right? So calling on a company, find out who the decision makers are or who the decision maker is. Are they buying from a competitor of yours? Do they have a solution already for that? If not, are they interested in looking at what you have, and so on and so forth? Are they unhappy with a current vendor where you can come in and take the business, right? All of those kinds of things, and then hand that off to sales so they have a huge leg up, and they don't have to waste time finding out who the decision maker is. They don't have to, gather all that base information. They can just say, okay, Jenny is the person at this company. They've got this level of need. They're working with this competitor already. I'm going to reach out to Jenny, and that's all I have to do as a salesperson. So the more you accumulate those kinds of pieces of information for your sales team, the faster they can move the needle and get where they need to go. And what we call getting ROI out of that rep then happens a lot faster. right? So if you feel like that's a challenge in your company, your salespeople just aren't generating the leads they need to generate. It's taking too long for them to generate the leads they need to generate because it's just too hard. It takes too long to gather the valuable info, find the decision maker, so on and so forth. This is a great solution that you can bring in and implement into your company. And sometimes it's on top of your existing sales team, or in some cases we've seen clients let go of a couple of their weaker sales reps and replace them with multiple BDRs to go out and gather leads and information for the rest of their sales team who's producing at that point. So anyway, that's a solution for you. If you have that kind of problem, reach out to us, kevinmdowney.com. We can recruit and train a rep for you, remote, local, obviously remote in Latin America. Provide prospect lists, train them on business development process, the whole thing. Check out our website, kevinmdowney.com. Thanks for being here today. Best of luck in business, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.